All right, this is part 2 of Rectangle Tool Exercise 2. Um, we have left off on the first video. We've created this portion of our design. We're getting ready to add this block on the top. So we're going to create a sketch on this top surface. We're going to use the center rectangle tool. The origin will be right in the center of our design. Since we started with the origin, center of our design, we'll create a 30 by 30 square using the center rectangle tool, with the origin being our center. We'll add a 5mm fillet after we extrude it. We're going to extrude it 20 millimeters. Then we'll sketch on the top of that, create a sketch on this top surface, and we'll use the 3-point rectangle tool to create a 15 by 15 rectangle. We've got a 45-degree angle here. We'll position it so that it's centered using some construction lines. And you know what I think I missed on the first video when I was toggling the construction lines to construction? I was using the X key to toggle them back and forth. I use the X key more than flipping construction on in the palette, because I always forget to turn construction off when I go to draw my next shape. So I just use the X tool to toggle things back and forth. So we'll do that, and I'll demonstrate that. Let's get started. So let's create sketch. Create sketch. Top surface of the upper body there. Let's go create rectangle, center rectangle, center rectangle. There's the origin. That's going to be our center. Click 30 by 30. Enter. All right. Let's extrude it as a new body. So let's finish sketch. Extrude. So I hit E on the keyboard. Create extrude. 20 millimeters. Click OK. Now, as I said earlier, since it's a center rectangle, I do the fillet that we're going to add, which is a 5mm fillet on these edges. I do it in design, so let's go modify fillet, keyboard shortcut of F. There's the shortcut in the toolbar. I'm going to select the 4 edges, 1 vertical, 2, 3, had it, there it is, 4. If I have trouble selecting it, I can always spin my design around so I can see the edge on the back. 5 millimeters is the fillet. Click OK. Now, I said the extrude was going to be a new body. Did I gloss over that and not change it when I extruded this up? I think I may have. I need to go check it. How am I going to check it? Timeline. Go to the timeline. There's my fillets I just added. There's my extrusion. When I hover over the feature, these items, these 3D effects, are called features. I'm going to right click. There's the extrusion. See how it highlights the extrusion? I'm going to right click, edit feature. If it were a sketch, it'd be edit sketch. I did gloss over it. It's a join. Let's change that from join to new body. Click OK. All right, so I've got a new body in my bodies. There's my sketches. All right. Because in my diagram here, on my dimension sheet, that body has a transparent look to it. So, all right, let's draw the last rectangular shape up here on the top. So let's go create sketch. This very top surface. All right, let's do this to start off with. Let's go create line. Keyboard shortcut of L. Let's find the midpoint of my arc, my radius up here. There we go. There's the midpoint. I have the triangle. Click. Let's draw it across. There's the midpoint on the bottom. Let's change that line to construction. X. Let's draw a second line from the origin. Go straight out. I want it to be perpendicular. So see, I got 45 degrees there. That's far enough. Good. Let's turn that into construction. We're going to use these lines to dimension or to place, to center our 3-point rectangle. Let's go create rectangle, 3-point rectangle. All right, I'm going to start, let's see, probably down there will work. I'm going to go up, see how I'm going diagonal across the box. That's going to have me at a 45-degree angle, isn't it? I'm going to set my distance from there to 15. Click. That's cheating a little bit, but it works. Now my second distance, 15. So I've got my square. All right. Let's fillet, modify fillet, 2-millimeter radius in the corners, modify fillet. There's the shortcut. I can get those corners now because it's not a center rectangle. I'm going to set it to 2. I'm going to select all 4 corners. There we are. And that is good. Enter. All right, so I've got my rectangle in place, but it's not, I don't think it's in the right position. Or I don't know that it's in the right position, that it's centered. It looks pretty close, but I don't think it's quite right. Let's use the scale. The rectangle is 15 by 15. So if this is the center line, going from the center of this diagonal, center to center, means that's the center line. We want this to be our center. That means this line must be 7.5 millimeters from that line, right? And that this line, because that's 45, it's perpendicular to that line off the origin, which is the center of this. If we went down, if I went line tool, I should get, well, it's not going to give it to me with the center being the origin. I should have gotten, you would think it'd give the midpoint, but it doesn't. So this line should be 15 millimeters from, or 7.5 millimeters from that line. So let's use the sketch dimension tool. Create sketch dimension, keyboard shortcut of D. And let's create our first dimension from this line. Either side will work. It's close. Let's make it 7.5. And then from this line to this line, it's close to 7.5. All right. So this line, which is the center, it would be a diagonal. Let's just show this. If I went center here to center here, notice how it goes straight over that line. Okay. So that line is the center of, represents a diagonal that cuts this in half. And this diagonal cuts in half. And now, since those are center points, I can position and it will center this above rectangle. How high do I extrude this rectangle? I believe it's 10 millimeters. Yep. So now we have it positioned and drawn. Let's finish sketch. Home position. Let's extrude, create, extrude, select it, 10 millimeters, new body, because all these are going to have different appearances. Click OK. All right. You all know how to do appearances, so I'm not going to demonstrate the different appearances in this video. Actually, if you want that transparent, you can use under plastic a translucent, transparent plastic. You can lighten the color of it, and it'll make it more transparent. So that's how we got that. Go ahead, set your appearances, and submit it. And we are done.